So as we start the third week of the Combs trial, what have we learned? Combs has some fetishes. Combs may well be abusive towards girlfriends, but he's not charged with any of that. He's charged with racketeering, and that has been very thin. Is that clear to the jury? Today, the prosecution tried to change that, called Diddy's longtime former assistant, Capricorn Clark, to the stand to make the racketeering case. Guess whose name kept popping up? Diddy's longtime rival, Suge Knight. Let's bring in trial attorney Misty Marris and criminal defense attorney Arthur Idella. It's good to have you both. Misty, thank you very much. I want to start with you, but I got to give a nod to Arthur. You're on a big case for Harvey Weinstein as well, so thank you for being here when you got so much on your plate. We'll be watching that one. Misty, why does Suge keep coming up? I know it's got nothing to do with baby oil, but why?
Yeah, Suge came up right away. In 2004, Capricorn Clark's first day on the job, she was threatened by Diddy when he found out that she had a personal connection and also had worked for Suge. She was brought by Diddy and a security guard to Central Park after 9 p.m., where Diddy said, if anything happens because of your connection to Suge, I will have to kill you. So this is one of the threats that came up during her testimony today.
Is that right?
Here's the problem. This is what, even though you're absolutely correct about it being thin regarding the racketeering, the prejudicial value of all of this stuff, it becomes overwhelming. You know, you said, I know if you looked at your words, you said he may be abusive. We know he's abusive. It's on videotape. He's beating the heck out of a woman. Those things, and Misty can tell you, like, sometimes they're so overwhelming that the evidence goes right out the window. I mean, they locked this woman in a room for 5 days, gave her a lie detector test, and the guy giving the lie detector says, by the way, if you fail, we're going to throw you in the East River.
Yeah, but that's not racketeering. I'm just saying, you're right, Arthur, but Misty, I appreciate you teeing it up. So let's bring in Suge. Suge's calling us from prison to give us some perspective on Capricorn and why he keeps coming up. Suge, can you hear me?
I definitely can hear you. What's good with you, man? Well,
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking the opportunity, Suge. Co-founder, Death Row Records, for everybody at home. Of course, you know who Suge Knight is. So you keep coming up.
There's only one founder.
All right, the one and only, the OAO, the OAO, Suge Knight. Yeah. So tell us about Capricorn Clark and whether you believe she is a credible witness for the prosecution to make a racketeering case against Sean Diddy Combs.
Well, look. I say this all the time. Puffy and I are not friends, but Puffy should definitely walk. At the end of the day, how I know Capricorn and when I first heard about Capricorn, it was back when I was doing prison time. When I was doing prison time, it was a guy that didn't work for Death Row, but he was over the security company. This guy, Capricorn, broke his windshield in the back of his truck. He wanted her to pay for it. She couldn't pay for it. A guy named Reggie White Jr. told her, well, you got to have sex with me or you pay for it. So she couldn't pay for it, so he forced her to have sex with him, but they were still talking after that, right? But the most important thing is that it was other executives that was involved in Puffy's life. And for Puffy to be the only guy that gets on the stand is a sad day for hip-hop, because once Capricorn had got beaten up allegedly, everybody said, well, she got her ass whooped. And when she was approached by an executive from Interscope, and you got to remember, Capricorn wasn't the artist on Interscope. Puffy wasn't doing business with the guy in Interscope. If you guys want his name, I'll tell you. And when they talked to him, Interscope gave Capricorn $1 million, a check, for don't say nothing about the incident with her and Puffy. She got mad because she had to pay taxes on it. And she thought it was a settlement where she didn't have to pay taxes on it. So when Jimmy Iovine gave her that check, that's when all hell broke off. But at the same time, I don't think this is a case where Puffy should be going to prison. And
do you believe is Capricorn believable with this story with Diddy?
This is what I do know. I was in New York. And when I was in New York, it was me and a limo driver. That's it. I'm in different spots, eating just by myself. I walks out, I see Capricorn, and I see another bitch. So those two hung out with me in New York, from restaurants to running around to doing whatever. So I don't know if the part that she was so scared of Puffy that they wouldn't talk to me, because I'm hanging out with them in New York, just us three. And I'm not here to badger nobody, but at the same time, when Reggie Wright Jr. basically made Capricorn, she said it over and over and over, I don't want to have sex with this fat fuck. Or I don't know if I can cuss on here, or just have sex with the fat man.
Too late.
But, okay, but they did. And she continued to be around, right? But when it's all said and done, how could every person who's involved with Puffy is not on the stand, except for Puffy? I get it. Some point, I get it. The law got to be blind.
I get it. Suge, thank you very much for giving us.
Hey, for sure.
Go
one
ahead.
Last thing before I go, you got to remember, Death Row and the employees in Bad Boy was really good friends. A lot of them. Reggie Wright Jr. and the other guy that be with Puffy, I forgot his name, the other fat dude, right? But they called Reggie Wright Jr. to do security for Puffy and Biggie the night Biggie got shot. So I can't see that they will look at Capricorn affiliation with Death Row that bad and that type of threats. I'll be surprised. Gene, that's his name. Gene and Reggie Wright Jr. is great friends. So that's got to be understanding there's something there. And we just can't jump to conclusions and say, throw Puffy under the bus. Like I say, him and I are not friends, but Puffy definitely should walk. What's right is right, wrong is wrong. You guys enjoy your day. Nice talking to you.
Suge, I appreciate it. We'll speak again. Thank you for your perspective.
Hey, remember one thing. Don't live reverse. You got to live and drive. Go forward, not backwards. Enjoy yourself. I'm out.
Amen. Amen. So, Arthur Idala, I know you were enjoying that conversation. So, look, here's the bottom line. Nobody's clean in this situation. So, Capricorn is going to have some things to answer for as well that obviously if Suge knows, the defense counsel will know as well, Arthur. So how does it help the defense to make this complicated and messy?
Well, first of all, Mom, I'm sorry you had to hear some curse words on Uncle Chris's show here. The bottom line is they're going to put in the prosecution, and the feds do this all the time. They're going to throw in as much dirty laundry as they possibly can, as the judge will allow them to. This is a rookie judge. He's going to give them a lot of latitude. But everyone who's in that courtroom following this agrees with you, Chris, how you started this off. The racketeering thing is thin. They're going to use her as an agent of him. They're talking about security guards who work for him. They're talking about just other guys who worked for him, employees of him. And you know how I feel about organized crime, but that's what they're trying to make it seem like, is he's the godfather, and there's captains and underbosses and all of that. And that's what they have to take the next couple of weeks to establish.
Yeah, it's just that, you know, to use the mob metaphor, it was always a way of getting guys who were putting bodies in the ground all over the place. This is more about a party lifestyle that we've seen thus far. You can judge it any way you want, but is it meeting the standard of the law? We'll see. Misty Marris, thank you for keeping a straight face. Arthur Idala, appreciate your perspective, especially when you're on that big case with Harvey Weinstein. Thank you for taking time for us tonight.
Congratulations to your daughter, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 4 minutes and 15 seconds.